Over the past 78 years, I've stumbled, I've succeeded, and I've fallen flat on my face more times than I can count. I've had my heart broken, I've lost money, I've earned it back, I've lost people I thought would always be there. Through it all, I discovered who I really am. Would I love to go back and relive those years, armed with the lessons I know now? Of course, but I can't. None of us can. What I can do is move forward with the wisdom that life has carved into me and keep walking. There are countless moments I wish I could whisper to my younger self. Don't waste so much time pleasing others. Don't trade your dreams for someone else's comfort. Don't be afraid to say no. But here's the thing, I still have time. And so do you. That's why I want to share these truths with you today. Maybe they'll sound familiar. Maybe you've already learned them the hard way. But whether you're 20 or 70, the truth doesn't change. Life hands us brutal, unfiltered lessons. The question is, will you let them break you, or will you let them build you? So let's dive in, and if this message sparks something in you, don't just keep it. Share it, pass it on, and subscribe so we can keep uncovering these truths together. The very first thing I learned is this: nobody is coming to save you. And let me tell you, that's a really hard truth to swallow. But it's the truth. Nobody's coming. Not your parents, not some lottery ticket, not a spouse, not a relationship, not a friend, not even a lucky break. Sure, maybe lightning strikes for a few people, but for most of us, it doesn't. If you want your life to change, you have to take responsibility for it, brutally, painfully, fully. That's it. For years, whenever something went wrong in my life, I pointed the finger at someone else. I'd say things like, if this person had done that, or if that person hadn't done this, I'd be so much further along by now. But the truth was, it wasn't them. It was me. I reacted to my circumstances, sometimes in the right way, sometimes in the wrong way. But those reactions shaped my life. And once I finally took responsibility, even for the things I thought weren't my fault, something amazing happened. Life started to get better. I got my power back. Here's the secret no one tells you. When you own it, you can change it. That's the key. You can change it all. Sure, there are countless things in my past that I wish I could go back and redo, but I can't. What I can do is learn from them. And once I realized that no one was coming to help me, that the cavalry wasn't on its way, that was the exact moment I started moving forward and getting things done. Strangely enough, it was also the most freeing realization of my entire life. There's a saying that I've carried with me. Yesterday is gone, tomorrow isn't promised, and today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. And part of living in the present means understanding that every single yes you say to something you don't want is really a no to something you do want. For years, I wasted precious time trying to please other people. I wanted to be liked so badly that I bent myself into shapes that didn't even feel like me. I did things I didn't want to do. I changed who I was so others would accept me. But the hard truth, I still didn't like myself. And no matter how much I tried, it never worked. Being a people pleaser never works. Bending over backward for people never gives you the payoff you think it will. I tried changing for a partner once. Guess what? They left anyway. The lesson? Learn to say no. Say no to distractions. Say no to the things that don't serve you anymore. Say no even to shiny opportunities that look tempting but don't align with who you are. If it feels too good to be true, it probably is. Do the things that truly align with your heart. Because here's the truth, the time will pass anyway. I used to say, it's too late for me. Do you know when I said that? At 32, at 42, and yes, even at 50. But here's what changed everything. When I turned 50, I finally said, no, it's not too late. I still have time left. I'm not happy in the job I'm in, and I want something different. And so I did something most people around me thought was crazy. I went back to school. At 50 years old, I studied, I worked hard, and I became a holistic nutritionist. It wasn't easy, but I did it anyway. And you know what? I'm glad I did. It gave me a new sense of purpose, and I finally felt proud of the path I chose for myself. Looking back now, I laugh at all the times I told myself it was too late. At 32, I could have gone back to university. I had the resources, I had the chance. But I kept thinking, by the time I finish, I'll be 36, 37, maybe 38. Who's going to hire me at that age? Why would I start over so late? At 78, let me tell you, I'd do anything to be 36 again, even 38. What once felt too late would have been the perfect time. Here's the truth. Time passes anyway. 3 years from now, it'll still be 3 years from now. You can either look back and say, I started, I finished, and I did it. Or you can look back and whisper, I wish I had. Either way, the years will pass. So why not start? Now let's talk about love. I'm sure many of you my age remember the song, Love is a Battlefield. But I've learned something different. Love isn't a battlefield. Love is a verb. You don't love someone just because of how they make you feel. You love them through your actions, your choices, your presence. Love is what you do, not just what you say. Over the years, I've watched marriages collapse, not from infidelity, but from neglect. My own marriage was one of them. I took things for granted. I assumed they would always be there, no matter what. But relationships don't work on autopilot. They become stale when you stop showing up, when you stop connecting. Eventually, we drifted apart. Do I regret it? Sometimes I wonder, if I had just done 1 or 2 things differently, would the marriage have survived? It's impossible to know. But here's what I've learned. If you show up fully, if you speak the hard truths, if you give the compliment, make the call, or simply say, I care, then you walk away with no regrets. And that applies to all relationships, friendships, love, even work. Too many friendships fade because we sit back and think, I called last time, I'll wait for them to call. And then they don't. At some point you have to decide, do you want to be the one who reaches out, or the one who just waits? If these words touched your heart and sparked inspiration within you, leave a 3 in the comments to let it shine. If they did not, leave a 0 in quiet honesty. Every thought you share is a gift. Thank you for giving us a moment of your precious time. Money. Let's talk about it. Money can't buy you happiness, but it can buy you options. And options? They're freedom. For years I chased money for status, for things, for some kind of stand-in for the love I wasn't feeling. I bought stuff thinking it would fill the empty spaces inside me. Now, I'm surrounded by those things. And honestly, I wish I had the money back. To be completely transparent, I've got a china cabinet full of expensive china. At the time, it made me feel happy because it felt like progress, like I was chasing something meaningful. But here's the kicker. Neither of my kids want any of it. Not a plate, not a teacup. So my project for the next few years is something the Swedes call death cleaning. I'm clearing it all out. They call it product. I don't even call it things anymore. It's just stuff. And maybe, just maybe, I'll recover a fraction of what I spent, so my later years will feel lighter. None of it mattered the way I thought it would. wish I had chosen experiences instead. Taken the trip, taken the day off work, spent the money on memories instead of possessions. Now, at 78, in a job I don't really love anymore, still waiting for retirement, I can see it clearly. All that money I poured into objects could have been my ticket out. I could have retired early, walked away with freedom. So here's the lesson. Learn how money works. Use it as a tool, not a trophy. Invest it, grow it, make it work for you. But don't worship it. It won't love you back. Do you know who the coolest person in the room really is? It's not the loud one, not the flashy one. It's the person who's quiet, calm, and grounded. For a long time, I wanted to be the one everyone noticed, the most popular, the most admired. My friends used to say they knew I was coming into a room before they even saw me. I lived for that. Now, I just walk into a room as myself. No performance. No need to announce my arrival. And you know what? It feels so much better. It took me decades to figure that out. Real confidence isn't loud. It's quiet. It's steady. It's in your breath. It's in walking away from drama without needing to explain yourself. It's in no longer trying to prove your worth to people who aren't even paying attention. If you can go to bed with peace in your heart, you've already won. That's what I've learned. Drama doesn't serve you. The years I let myself get caught up in drama, it only created more stress. My mum used to say, if they're gossiping about someone in front of you, they'll gossip about you the moment you leave. Don't get involved. She was right. When I finally started walking away from drama, my whole life felt lighter. And here's another truth. You're going to die. That's not meant to be morbid. It's freeing. Nothing clarifies life like remembering it's temporary. Every fight, every missed chance, every time you were too scared to say, I love you, all of it sharpens into focus when you realize your time is limited. We recently lost someone very special to us, and it drove that point home. All the things unsaid, all the moments we'll never get back with that person. Death is a brutal teacher, but it's an honest one. It reminds you how fragile this all is. So create your memories now. Don't wait. You get one shot at this life, and that's not a tragedy. It's an invitation. Don't just exist. Live. Live like your life depends on it, because it does. Make the call. Take the trip. Let go of the grudges. Stop clinging to revenge. Forgive. Laugh. Say what needs to be said. Because in the end, it's not the china cabinet or the status or the noise that matters. It's the love you gave, the experiences you embraced, the peace you built inside yourself. That's the real wealth. Before I go, I want to leave you with 10 more truths that have carried me through nearly 8 decades of life. First, remember this. If they wanted to, they would. Don't waste time on excuses. Actions always reveal the truth. Second, jealousy is just a mirror. When you feel it, look closer. It often shows you what you wish you had or who you wish you could be. Use it as guidance, not poison. Third, everyone's winging it. Nobody has it all figured out. Nobody gets a handbook for life. Don't beat yourself up for learning as you go. That's the only way any of us make it. Fourth, health is wealth. Think about how you maintain your car, oil changes, tune-ups, the right fuel. Treat your body the same way. Eat well, move daily, rest enough. You only get one engine. Fifth, you don't need 100 friends. 1 or 2 truly loyal ones, the kind who know your stories, your struggles, your secrets, are worth more than a crowd of acquaintances. 6. What you allow will always continue. Set boundaries, or you'll teach people how to mistreat you. 7th. Consistency beats motivation every time. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline carries you when inspiration fades. 8th. Don't argue online. It's never worth it. In today's climate, it's not only stressful, but sometimes dangerous. 9th. Silence is powerful. Don't fear it. Sometimes silence says more than words ever could. And finally, life is short. Smile more. A simple smile might not change the world, but it could change someone's day, and maybe even your own. So here we are at the end, and I want to leave you with this. Wisdom is only as powerful as the action you take with it. You can listen, you can nod along, you can even agree with every word I've said. But unless you actually practice it, it's just another set of words floating around in your head. The truth is, life is short. It moves faster than we expect, and none of us are guaranteed another day. That's why the little things matter so much. A smile, a moment of gratitude, a choice to walk away from drama, an extra step toward taking care of your health, all of these things add up. They shape not only the way you live, but the way you'll be remembered. And here's the part that most people miss. You don't have to be perfect to start. You just have to be willing. Consistency beats motivation, remember? Small actions, done daily, can completely transform the direction of your life. Don't wait until tomorrow to try. Don't wait until it feels safe. Don't wait for someone else's permission. Start today. Live it today. If something here touched you, if a phrase lit a spark, or reminded you of something you've been neglecting, hold on to it. Use it. Share it. Maybe it'll inspire someone you care about. Maybe it'll save them years of learning the hard way. And before you go, I'd love for you to support this journey. Like this video if it resonated with you. Share it with a friend who could use a reminder that life is worth living fully. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next conversation. Together, we can keep building a community of wisdom, growth, and real connection.